26 years ago. I worked in radio, so I was always a ham. I was always crazy and doing all kinds of different things. And a friend of mine, I was really bored with flying because I like to see an audience. I like to see eyes. I like to see a smile. If I crack a joke, I want to hear a laugh. In radio, they'll tell you about it maybe a week later and say, oh, I listened to you the other day. You were really funny. I said, I do 12 reports an hour. What did I say? Because you don't know them. So radio is a very hard medium to reach that audience. You eventually do, but you don't have that live interaction. That's why when people do television, they put an audience out. So I relate better with an audience. And I belong to the Toronto Clown Alley in Toronto. Okay. And there's about 80 of us, and some of us professionals, some not, and none of them have been affected by it. Well, what I like about them is they said, don't take it into your own hands. That impressed me. In other words, if somebody is starting to be in your face about something, you're better just to walk away and say, I'll call the police, instead of trying to confront them on it. Because I think they're just kids having a good time and using this medium to get some attention. I don't understand why anybody would lie about it. What bothers me is they're giving other clowns a rough name. So in other words, there's people that I've spent years studying this. I go to conventions. I'm always improving on my craft. And now I'm on the board of directors with the Toronto Clown Alley. And so I hire people to educate us. So, with all of us there, we go, okay, how can we learn to be better? And that's what it's all about. How do you deal with a kid that interrupts all the time? How do you deal with hecklers? How do you deal, everything is a tool to figure out how to be a better entertainer. I think somebody just got on the bandwagon and said, oh, let's see if we can play with this.
Kind of a domino effect.
Yeah. Now, I must admit, I've worked at Boston Pizza, and I had a girl there that was petrified of clowns. She would totally avoid me, and she was in her 20s. And obviously she had a bad experience when she was young and just didn't want to even confront me. Now, I showed up in normal wear, and she went, oh, you look harmless. And I went, I am. I'm a clown. I'm here to make people laugh and have fun and play around with them, and I would never harm anybody. And I tell kids that. I'll watch, if I go into a daycare and there's 100 kids, I sit there and I tell them, how's everybody about clowns? And I'll get a couple of kids that go, oh, I'm not too sure about this. And I said, hey, you've heard of Halloween? I do it all year round. That's really the difference. And I'm here to have fun with them. No, when you do it as long as I've been doing it, I love it. I have such a blast. And I've got a granddaughter who's 6, and she says, Nana, teach me everything you know. And I went, that'll take a while. My son, on the other hand, said, no, it won't. So I'm sorry I taught my kids to be funny, Exactly. Both my kids have a great sense of humor. Perfect. And I think it's funny. My daughter said to me, Mom, I will never dress up. And if I can do that every day, and I do. I'm in yoga every day up here at Legends. And I'll turn around and somebody will say, oh, put this foot in the air. I say, okay, now put the other foot in the air. And they're going, I don't think so. I tend to see the real silly side of stuff. So I tend to jump in and say something. And most people love it. I think usually it happens at a very young age. And parents kind of push the child. Maybe you're 2. And the child is sitting there going, I don't know. Some kids don't like Santa. And you put them in front of them and you think, oh yeah, this is a nice old guy. The same thing with a clown. They want you to face paint them, or they want to give you a balloon. And what they're doing is pushing this child on you when they really aren't too sure. And you have to earn their trust. And I find the more I talk to them, usually if a child's afraid, I ignore them. And I just carry on with everybody else. And they take their cue from the other kids. If they're laughing, they relax. But a lot of children, I think, the parents want it. And I'm watching the parents going, leave them alone, they're fine. You have to back off and let them do their thing.